Reporter Ntokozo Khumalo is in Boksburg investigating the impact of the explosion. Ntokozo, tell us what it is that we are seeing and hearing at this hour. Good morning.
Good morning. Indeed, we are still at the Tambo Memorial Hospital, where a couple of meters away, of course, is that Boksburg tank explosion, and just, the damages there is obviously evident. But I think, with the 48 hours coming to the close since the explosion, one of the important questions that, families are needing to now consider as they really go through the shock that they've experienced is some of the costs that are still going to come their way, whether they've actually lost family members or family members have recovered. And just to give us an update on how those families are doing, we are now joined by Malcolm Bosman, who is representing and supporting some of those families. Malcolm, thank you so much for talking to us this morning. Now, obviously, a very traumatic experience for the families that you're representing, and our colleagues obviously spoke to those families over the weekend. Can you just give us an update on where those families are? I know there is one family, the Mashabas, that have actually lost a son that they had hoped would survive. How are families doing this morning?
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, it's a very, very tragic accident that has occurred in the Boksburg area. Yes, we've been on the ground since the accident has happened. We have been engaging with a lot of people to understand what the need is, where can we assist. So we have been speaking to one of the ladies that has also lost 5 family members out of one home. It's 4 children of her own and a brother, son-in-law. And so we, as a Patriotic Alliance, has stepped in under the leadership of my regional chairperson, Alistair Chair, and my ward councillor, Edith Larson. We have stepped in and we have worked the ground. We have find out how can we assist. Today we will be feeding over 150 people that has absolutely nothing at the moment. There's no electricity, there's no cooking facilities, and it is absolutely just chaotic at this point in time. So with regards to the further medical costs and further stuff that will incur, we are not 100% sure because we do not know where all these family members are located at the moment, in which hospitals, because at this particular hospital we came in here and the trauma unit, the emergency unit has been completely removed because of the damages that is occurred in this hospital. So we're not sure where all the family members that has basically found their family members to be missing, where in which hospitals they are. But for now, with regards to the cost, we will just sit and find out with the families what is needed, and then we will see how it is possible to assist in that regard.
Now, Malcolm, the Department of Health did come out last night saying that as they work through the reports, they will be speaking to different stakeholders, including the Department of Social Development, to see where that need is. As you're working on the ground, are you seeing that communication from the government so far when it comes to just meeting those needs as fast and effectively as possible?
To be quite honest, I think I was on the other side of the road before the bridge just now, and there's quite a number of correctional services people on the ground. I'm not sure what they are doing right now, but since we've been on the ground, we haven't seen any of that happen. So our basic need, basically what we have tried to assist is just to provide the basic needs for the family. So what they are currently doing, I'm not certain, and I haven't seen them on the ground as such.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Malcolm, this morning. Now, obviously, as you just heard from Malcolm saying that despite the Department of Health saying last night that they will be working with stakeholders, such as the guys that are on the ground helping the families. He has not quite heard back from them yet, and we could put that off to them saying, you know, they are obviously worried as the first points of action of infrastructure and telling up those costs of infrastructure and those costs of assisting families. Earlier we did hear obviously Dr. Joe Mpahla, who is the Minister of Health, saying that all the stakeholders involved from the Department of Social Development will be roped in. So let's give it that week, or we will continue following the story through the week to see that government does engage with the people on the ground that are actually doing the work to support the families that have either lost loved ones to this tragedy or are still going to go through the battle of healing, you know, as they go to hospitals and seek that help that they require.
Indeed. Ntokozo Khumalo, thank you very much for that update. We'll check in on you later.